Iman na eba every Sunday. Okay, I know no jack balito bobow. You understand? Well, this one is not about topical issues. It's just that it's a time we bring out a particular topic that is going to benefit you. Is going to benefit me, and we talk about it on the program Health and Fashion and Lifestyle on ABS 88.5 FM. So when we talk about fashion, when we talk about some of the things that affect our lifestyle, this is a program for you. We teach, we talk about. It's an informative program. We teach, you learn, we learn also while we talk about it. Okay. So today, in our discussion, we're going to be looking at the topic: the pressure of expectations. The pressure of expectations. This is the topic. I is where sometimes you feel like everyone has an opinion on who we should be, what we should do, what we should wear, how we should act. Well, anyway, the kind of pressures that we, encounter on our daily basis. We have the societal pressure that is talking about how that you need to do things certain way for you to succeed. Then we have the family expectation that you feel suffocating sometimes when these expectations are coming your way, especially for the ladies, the females. There are times they are expecting you to get married, and if you don't get married, some people might might start talking and asking questions. Kedi fejiki, kedi hebatana eka noro dimo bugiwa bungoke kedi hebatana eka noro wanyi. And sometimes the weight of our own personal aspirations. There are some things you say that at a particular age in life, these are the things you're expected to achieve. Before you get to 30, you must have graduated from school, you must have had your MSc, get married, start working, or maybe you go your first car and you are already building your own house. But at the end of the day, sometimes things do not work out the way we planned them, and we are being under pressure to see that we achieve all those things. So we are talking about this pressure of expectations. Can only place this pressure? No, so we have the societal pressure, we have the family pressure, and then we personally are pressurizing ourselves on a daily basis because there are things we want to achieve at the end of the day at a particular time. I said to go time for it is time bound. I said to go, this is when we want to do this, and if we are approaching that time and those things, it's coming to realization, we tend to act under pressure. Okay, so today we are going to be exploring how to handle these pressures and navigate the world of expectation in a healthy and a positive way. Yeah, it do come. I ask guys in a pressure, I don't know, steadily. But the important thing is, how do you handle it? How do you navigate all through this pressure, and then you stay healthy and also do it in a positive way, not in a way that is going to harm you, not in a way that is going to mess up with your mental health or your emotional health. So we talk about ways to set boundaries. We talk about how to practice self-awareness, and most importantly, stay true to your authentic self. Okay, so these and many more are the things we are going to be discussing on our show today. My name is Demma Orangwa.
Expectations are a natural part of life, and they can come from various sources, including family, society, and oneself. Yes, don't think that expectations are not going to come. It's going to come definitely. But today we're going to be telling you what to do. Those stress, those pressures, when it's come, what are you going to do? That is what we're going to be telling you this afternoon. So do not touch that dial. Remember, I always tell you to come with your pen and your paper. Don't just listen, because when you listen, you might after listening, you might forget those things we are going to talk about today. But when you're writing them down, when those things come up, you can just rush to your book, read out some one or two things that is going to help you. So bring your pen and your paper.
Okay, so let's dive into the program properly. We start by starting with the societal expectations or pressure from the society. Most time, we are expected to, at a certain point in life, we must have attained some level of education. We must have gotten married. We must have acquired one property or another. And this society, they set standards for us on what it means to be successful. It's not your own pace, but this is the societal standard of what it means to be successful. And also what it means to be a wealthy person. Okay, for you to have a perfect career, they will set a standard for you that these are things that we be expecting from you as a person before you can boldly say that you have a perfect career. And then social media, it's not even helping matters these days, because a huge part of our lives, every day you go on the social media, you see people setting standard for you, telling you that this is how they achieve what they achieve, and at a certain age they have achieved all they have achieved. So we see curated versions of other people's lives, and that makes us feel that at all. It makes us feel that sometimes we are failures, and then there are things that we set ourselves hard to achieve. I achieve those things. I mean, like I said earlier, social media are there help on matter. But society's definition of success is not just one size fits all. It's not just like that, like that you are successful and I'm successful. I must follow a particular process, a particular pattern. It must be a particular thing for you to be successful in your own career, or for me to say boldly, hit my chest and say that I am successful in my own career. What's successful? That's what it means to be a successful person for Debbie might be different from what it means for me, Dima, to be successful. So you get it. So one thing we need to do is dealing with societal pressure, because it will come. People in the society will set that standard. But you as a human being, you define your own success yourself. And you know what it means. You know all you put into whatever you are doing. You know the efforts. You know what you navigate every day to see that you become successful. So don't look at any of it. Yeah, it's not bad to have role models. There are people we look up to on a daily basis. But don't make it look like you must act like the person, you must speak like the person, and you must get the digits in the person's account, the amount in his account or in her account for you to be called a successful person. Yeah, look up to them as your role models, for them to motivate you to do more, for them to motivate you to get to the peak of your career. But forget or just detach yourself from the societal pressure, because it's gonna do you harm. Okay, so here are some few tips to help you manage societal expectations or pressures, like we put it. The first thing we are going to be talking about is limiting social media exposure. I know so many people can relate to this now, because I'm in a social media, and we're all in a social media. That's just it. Everybody in social media, they've made it in life. Nobody wants to come to social media and show you the dark part of his or her life. They will always come to flaunt their riches. They will always come to flaunt some of the things they have acquired. Nobody will show you that part. And for you, when you look at all those things, when you see all those things, you'll be like, enough. You keep beating yourself so hard. You keep pressurizing yourself to measure up. So if you want to manage societal expectations, manage it very well as a human being, you should limit social media exposure. Social media often distorts reality, because somebody said someday, I was asking the person, all these things in a post on social media, is it not too much? Also, social media is a world of its own. It's different from reality. So you can do anything you want to do there, but reality is a different thing altogether. So for people that, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be using social media. Of course you can, but you should know the kind of information you digest. You should know the kind of people you follow, or you kind of people you try to emulate. Just go there, browse through, read stories, read news, get informed and all that. But anything that will put you under pressure from the social media, detach yourself from it. Set boundaries with your social media use. It's going to help you. And then, like I said earlier, you follow accounts that will just uplift you, help you to be a better version of yourself. It's not accounts that will make you start seeing people that if at age 32 you've not gotten yourself a Lamborghini, or at age 35, if you've not gotten yourself how many, maybe 10 bone straight to 15 what do you call it, human hairs and all that you've not made it in life as a woman. So you should know that there are accounts that are there to motivate you, to make you to be a better version of yourself. Try as much as possible to follow those accounts, those bloggers, those people that uplift your life and contribute to your feeling and all that. But any account that will make you feel less of yourself when you know that you're working so hard, because it's important. I said I'm not back as I say real. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you look at it in such a way that you know you are putting in your best, you know that you are working very hard, but then there are people that will come out, they're not doing so much. They will tell you they just started a business with 50 naira today, and tomorrow they've made 50 billion naira. You yourself, you'll be asking, God, am I a furniture? And all that. So any account, any person on social media that will contribute to feelings of inadequacy or comparison, stay away from that particular account. So this is one of the tips that we are, bringing your way today that will help you manage societal expectations or societal pressure.
Okay, another tip is a beauty standard. The pressure to conform to traditional beauty standards, such as having a certain body type, skin tone, or hair texture. A lot of people maybe seeing someone's shape, seeing someone's body shape and all that, maybe the way the person is looking, you feel so pressure that you want to look like that person. Like you said, social media, maybe going through social media, you see as, let me use Omotala, the celebrity, the way she's being configured, the way she's looking, and you want to do everything, your mind. That is where that pressure of you giving yourself a task that is not worth it, that maybe you want to look like Omotola, that maybe you don't have the strength going to gym or doing whatsoever it will take, but because you want to give yourself that pressure of looking like having those body they are okay, they are beautiful, but when you don't have to give yourself pressure that you want to look like something you are not created to be. Then that is where you start looking for money to go and do some surgery that will bring out your boobs, that will bring out everything. Don't give yourself that kind of pressure. Like Dima says, that when you go to social media, you're going to see a lot of things you're going to learn from good people, not just bad, because you see a lot of people, the reason they go to social media is to go and learn what is not worth it. You see them scrolling through their phones. They want to see the latest trendy clothes. They want to see the latest trendy hair. Hey, see this hair that this person is wearing. I must get that hair. And that week you will now be doing everything that is you want to take to get just that hair, because you see it on a celebrity hair and you want to get it. Are you a celebrity? Why will you give yourself that kind of pressure? That person getting to that stage in life, you don't know what that person might have done or required, the kind of businesses, the kind of things the person did, and you where you are, the level you are is not, you've not come up to that level. You're giving yourself that kind of pressure to get to that extent. So the beauty is, okay, that is where you start taking because I always emphasize on this one, vitamin C. You go and take vitamin C, that you have to take the higher milligram just to have a glass skin, giving yourself pressure that is not worth it. The time you're going to use for something better, that is the time you're going to use to give yourself another pressure that is not deserved. So beauty standard, let us learn from that one.
Okay, still on how you can manage societal expectations, societal pressure. Another point we are going to be looking at today is setting your personal goals, okay? It's very important as a human being. He said, we cannot emphasize this issue of setting goals for yourself as a human being. You don't work on other people's goals. You don't ask people what they want to achieve, and then you claim these are the things you want to achieve for yourself. You know yourself, you know your capabilities, you know the things you can do, you know your financial strength and all that, you know your educational background. So you set for yourself personal goals that you will achieve. Align your actions with your personal values. How do you do that? You need to have a place where you write down, or if it's your phone or your tablet, where you save down some of the things that you need to achieve, so that you don't forget them. Because you might just wake up, because we have a lot going through our head, you start thinking and asking yourself, there is something I said I wanted to do. What is that? You keep thinking, and then you must have forgotten that. So at any point you make a decision, especially when it comes to your goals, especially when it comes to some of those things that you want to achieve, you need to put them down, either on a paper or then you write it on your phone, you save it somewhere in your phone, on your tablet. It's going to help you. Write them down. Let it be clear. Let it be achievable. Let it be something you know personally that you can achieve. But you can push yourself a little bit more, like, you know, that, yeah, just stretch yourself a little bit. Don't just stay on your comfort zone all the time. If you had achieved something, let's say, for example, you had achieved something this year, and then next year you just push yourself a little bit, that okay, I achieved something of, let's say, a particular amount of money this year, and then next year you push yourself to a particular level above what you achieved the previous year. Is going to help you. So don't always stay at your comfort zone. It's better that you most time move from your comfort zone a little bit and try as much as possible and see what you can achieve. Stretch yourself a little bit. So set for yourself clear, achievable goals, and then what you want to achieve, what you need to achieve as a human being. But don't measure them against society's timeline, because we are talking about how you can manage societal pressure, societal expectations. So your journey is uniquely yours. It is your journey. It's your journey. Your name is Chamaka, your name is Somto, your name is Ebuka. It is your journey. Don't go and say that because Emeka wants to do this and do that, so I want to go with Emeka's focus. I want to go with Emeka's goals and all that. You personally, you have to have your own goal, and for you to achieve that, you need to set them. You need to make them very clear. You need to make sure that it's what you can achieve. Know your strength, know your financial capabilities, know the time that you have to do all that. Do you have enough time in your hands for you to achieve all those things? So these are the things you should look out for when you are setting personal goals for yourself.
Under societal pressure, we have education. The pressure to attend college or university and to achieve a certain level of academic success. There are a lot of people that maybe because when the man was saying, say Emeka have their own, Ebuka has their own, but because maybe Ginika and Choma, they are going to one uni, and maybe what they gave you is a polytechnic, but because Ginika is going to university, you want to follow Ginika to university, you want to study the same course she studied. No. Go for what you want. Go for a course that makes you feel free. Go for a course that you can as well enjoy. Not because of another person is doing it. Because maybe a farmer is trying to become a medical doctor, and you, because she's your friend, you decide to become a medical doctor, which you don't have the same brain a farmer has. So when it comes to education, choose what's best for you. Go to the school you can afford, your parents can afford, because there are some schools which you might choose. Maybe your parents will tell you, my dear, I don't have that kind of money, but because Ginika is going to that school, I want to attend that school. Tomorrow you start looking for who is going to give to you. Tomorrow you start looking for who is going to pay your house rent, who is going to pay your tuition fee. But your parents can't afford that. So don't allow people to pressure you into what you cannot afford.
Okay. Well, the last point I'm going to talk about under this societal pressure is practicing gratitude. It's for your own good. It's for yourself. Now, what it means is that you focus on what you've already accomplished rather than what you think you should have done. Earlier, I said you don't beat up yourself so much because you've not accomplished so much, because you've decided when you were growing up that at a certain age you must have gotten your MSc, gotten your doctorate degree, gotten married, have kids and all that, but things didn't work out as planned, and then because of that you are beating yourself up so much. Now, why don't you focus on the things you have achieved? You have a good job, you've managed to acquire your MSc, you've managed to build a business, whether online or physical business. You've managed to achieve so many things, but you keep comparing yourself to others. And somebody like this at the age of 30, she's already a doctor, she's already married with kids and all that. You keep making yourself look like you've been idle for a very long time. Why don't you focus on the things you've achieved? Why don't you focus on that particular business you've built for yourself? You are not even in that person's shoe, because you might go and ask the person.
That is
What
I want to say, because that's what
of what you have achieved.
Yes.
You might ask the way zero okay. Why if one is zero okay? And some people will come out and tell you, yes, and so age, I'm not yet married and all that. Some people will look at you, but you have a good job. Me, even as it is now, I'm married, I have kids, but if without my husband, I can't even feed my kids. So you see that sometimes you need to, beat your hand on your chest and say, Chedema. Now, you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you should do that and then fold your hands. Hey, try. No. What I'm saying is, once in a while, pat yourself in the back, encourage yourself.
Of course.
Dwell on those accomplishments you have achieved so far. It's going to help you. This will help shift the focus from external pressure, because we are talking about how you can manage societal pressure, external pressure from outside the world. Now, when you deal with this, it's going to give you internal satisfaction. I remember there is this song they say count your blessings, name them one by one. You keep counting them.
Yeah. Count
them on a daily basis and you'll see how far you've gone. It's not how where you are right now. It's not where you will be tomorrow, but where are you right now? What are you doing with the things that you have right now? Some people might be at your age, but you can't even boast of a square meal in a day. But you can, anytime you hear you are craving anything, you just walk into a supermarket, you get that thing and you eat it because you have the financial capability. So sometimes you need to just talk to yourself, pat yourself on the back, encourage yourself, even if anybody is not encouraging you. After all, once you keep doing that, personal gratitude, recognizing the fact that you've been putting so much pressure, and even though you've not been where you want to be, but somewhere, it's a good thing.
That is it. Or even if you tell yourself, well done, like they might say, don't fold your hands. Say, when you look from where you're coming from and look at where you are now. That's just it. Then you now do it in the future where you are going to. That is because yes, you have to tell yourself, because if you don't praise yourself, nobody's going to praise you. You understand? So you pat yourself and tell yourself you've done the best. That's just it. And after that, the next one is family pressure. Family pressure refers to the expectations placed upon individuals by their family members. These expectations can be influenced by family values, cultural tradition, and personal relationship. If family expectations are
I specifically didn't want us to start with this, because one of the major problem we are facing, a lot of people, they are facing this family pressure. Like, it might not be from your immediate family, it just extended family. Hey, working in a middle guy can saying now you begin a baptism boy, you can alone a village. If was on each other city what you're passing through. Nobody knows what you are going through as a human being. So this family pressure, this one, it's rapper. Can't carry space for I like this.
Family pressure is something that has actually made a lot of people not in sober situation. That some of them say even when they remember to travel home, they will say, my mom adrum, this uncle adrum, this auntie adrum. But it's because you are giving them that time. When you give them the time and the listening ear, I know it's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but you don't have to allow them to pressure you. You don't have to.
And the truth is that most time this family pressures, it can be coming from a place of love, because Onya is looking out for the best for you. It's not that or like or no hating, but it feels like time waits for nobody.
Well, what
I'm saying is coming from a place of love.
Okay.
Because for example, let's look at a woman. Everybody knows that your biological clock is ticking so fast.
Okay.
And someone that will come and ask you, oh, we come not forget and all that. And then you have a good job, you have and then the person will be like, even though I'm not an advocate of you asking a lady, when are you getting married? Why are you not married and all that? I'm just saying that when we talk about coming from a place of love, it could be that the person actually only feel for you, and she'll be like, let me ask, maybe no young way.
All depends on the tone of the person you were asked, yeah.
That's another thing. They will overreact. They will feel like you don't even need to ask me. Don't even ask me that kind of question. But I'm just saying that sometimes it's coming from a place of love. But then that times from a place of love coming, it could be a heavy burden on the person you're asking that question. You know, some parents, they don't even know when they do that.
Okay.
Some parents, like, go because maybe they have their fellow women, and then they'll be like, what is Nkemodiziche? I have a story of a woman living close to my house in the village. Every day, the woman, so she kept pressurizing the guy, go and get married. Mommy, can you just go to somebody that wants to pluck a flower in your house and all that, and then at the end of the day you come back? How do you feed yourself and the woman? And then how do you feed them? But the woman, the only reason that the day I asked her, Memeka, why do you keep on pressurizing this guy? Oh, see, if I go grandchildren. And that's just her only reason. So I wouldn't blame her because I go grandchildren in her only, situation. But the truth is that most time when you keep asking that question, unless maybe in Ifunonya, and then the next thing for him to do is just to get married. And then if no one was maybe no one ring maybe that's one and pose an issue. But not when you see that the person is struggling, and at the end of the day it's even difficult for that person to eat a square meal just to food in a day, and then you are pressurizing it. You get the point. So what's that? Our parents or relations, we should refrain from this kind of pressure on our children, on our relations, because somehow it's weighing down on them. It comes as a heavy burden. I'm going to where you when come marry his or her closet. Only feels like left out. Him and I on a society, on a fear at this part of the world from someone to commit suicide. But I'm an open at the other side. Don't make anyhow. The next thing is to Ojawaluga and all that. But this part of the world, we still find a way, around it.
I think about one or two bottles that he will be fine. So not just that. I mean, some parents get about that and they will allow maybe their children to compare other people. Or see for no na bambo. Iputazabu no one kaka ne sirike iwele nkanya kasilike na compare the other person. As no ofuchi neka where ofu nenamu. I don't know how they used to say that thing, but what I'm trying to say is destiny is different. Okay, the person that go full parents don't pressure the other person in the sense of telling him that it needs that person pressure. That is when tomorrow showing that she's worried only wear baganos or men pickpocket and all that, because you are pressuring the guy to go and look for what to do, go and do this, go and do that, just to go where bolo. na onwele fe okpata. Life is gradually.
Another thing I want to talk about when we still talk about this pressure, especially in Womazik and they want to enter higher institution. You are telling your child that you must be a medical doctor. And even where you see you be a medical doctor, you're telling your child you must be a barrister, you must be a lawyer, you must do this, you must read this one in school. And at the end of the day, you pressurize the person. No, this thing is not aligning with his or her own desire of a course or choice study in school.
Yes.
And you pressurize the person to go and study a course that he or she won't anything to do with that course. Like if you ask us, some people will tell you, yeah, if I went to school to study this course for my parents,
Yes.
after school I would just follow my passion. That's why you see a lot of people after school. You have a lot of musicians that are barristers and medical doctors, a lot of actors and actresses. I'm not saying, it's good for you to be ambitious as a parent. Maybe you wanted to be a medical doctor and you couldn't. You couldn't become one. And then you want your child at least a medical doctor. But then again, that's why it's very important when your children are growing up, you start looking at them. At what they are good at. Some of them are so talented now. Talk about medical doctor, an engineer.
Yeah.
You go some a musician or a footballer, something just one or two things. Because now we have a lot on our hands. Every morning, you don't even have time to bond with your children. So it's difficult for some parents to, see these talents, inherent in their children. So it's better for you to, as a mother, as a father, at a certain age, especially when on a senior secondary school, when you mahadum, you sit down. At that time when they are growing up, you couldn't pinpoint the talents they have or the skills they are blessed with. You ask them questions. Sit them down and ask them questions. And I know that there are kids that are so confused at that particular age, but you can help them. You are helping them based on you know what they are capable of. Then you can help them to push them in the right path. But not for you to force it down on them that you must be a medical doctor, you must be a lawyer, you must be a journalist and all that. Leave them. Just help, just direct them, give them the basic education and then direct them on the path to follow. You see that this pressure get benata where they are, because I have a lot of friends that will tell you, if for that certificate on acquire, I gave it to my mother when I came back. I'm not gonna use it any day because that's for her. Okay.
And they will know maybe fashion design. It's not just going maybe
stitches.
Go into fashion. Carpentry work is not bad. So it's not bad.
No,
it's not.
It's not at all.
Your face like that.
I'm echoing what you're saying. It's not bad.
So when you look at your children, you know what they want and you know how they can do it easily, like no stress. Now, another one I want to talk about under family pressure is family obligations. This one is very, very important. The pressure to take care of family members, manage household responsibility, and maintain family traditions. The pressure to manage the family. Because 5, for example, the pressure to go to take care of the family, to take the responsibility of other siblings. I'm not saying that it's bad taking care of your siblings, no. But when you give that person that pressure of taking care of other siblings, the person will not be able to manage his or herself. The only thing the person, a lady, I have a friend that the only thing she thinks about is her family. If one naira comes, and when you see her, she's always looking tattered because now the pressure they go in her. She's the only daughter. The brothers now want to take care of the brothers. One year work no wine, now I take care. 1 year work because no wine, now I take care. Taking care of the family, and when you see her, the pressure is almost there every day. She's the one paying the house rent of their parents. She's the one paying the house rent of the brother. She's the one doing almost everything in the home, which is not proper. Now, doesn't mean that the responsibility of the family should now shift to her while you, as a parent, you are still alive. Please, it's so bad. I'm talking out of experience with that, my friend. Please.
Okay, I thought your own experience. All right. Let's quickly look at some of the things, because we are trying to find balance, because these pressures are there.
Yeah.
We've pointed out they are there. Let's not lie about it. Let's not just, pretend that they are not there. They are there. But now, the reason why we are talking about it right here on the show is for us to find balance between honoring our family's wishes and staying true to our own path. Because you have a path that you've set for yourself. You have a path that you want to go through. Now, but at the same time, you can still honor your family legacy, honor your family wishes, do the things that they want you to do, but at the same time, include your own in it, okay? So, there are some ways we can handle family pressures. Number one is communicating openly. Most times, some people die in silence. They don't talk to their family members. When you are feeling pressurized, when they are like Debbie just pointed out, when they are asking you to take over all the responsibility at home, paying all the bills and all that, and it's weighing you down. You cannot just do it without you being drained almost every day. You work so hard, and at the end of the day you have nothing to show for it, because every bills on the family you pay for it, and then you keep getting depressed on a daily basis. You need to talk to them. I can't do this any longer. Yes, I know maybe I've been doing it, but now it's weighing me down. It's a burden on me. So you need to communicate and tell them. Now have an honest conversation. It's an honest conversation. Talk with them and see how you can navigate through it. Explain your own goals to them, that you have your own personal goals.
That's where the will to say no comes in, because a lot of people don't know how to say no. A lot of people don't know how to say, I can't do this, I'm tired of doing this, I can't do it anymore. But when you have that will of saying no, you can, like Dimar said, it's not something it's not something it's something that you can communicate. Tell the person, this thing I've been going through, this thing I've been doing, you don't choke. I know if you do want me again. So communication matters a lot.
Okay. Well, another one still under the family, some of the tips you can apply. We are talking to some people that are under this pressure already, or some people that might, before you know it, you feel everything is going well for me in my own family. Or by tomorrow, if you do like 100K, they feel like now 1 billion, and all that. So you need to set boundaries for yourself. Yeah, you need to set boundaries. Every day, maybe you're a single guy or a single lady and you're living in an urban city. Your brother or one of your sisters without calling you, without telling you that he or she is coming.
Yeah.
No, you need to set boundaries, setting healthy boundaries among your family members. It's not a bad thing. You love them, but specify. If you want to come over, you have to call me, and I will tell you the time that I feel it's convenient for me. If I can at that particular time host you in my house, I will. If I have the money, I can send to you. Use it and sort your problem. But not you coming to my house, coming to my domain, to discomfort me or inconvenience me. No, you need to set that boundary. If your family expectations are causing you pains, are causing you stress or frustration, this boundary is very important for you. It's better for you to do it for your own sanity, for your own mental health. It's going to help you. You can still love them, respect them from afar. You can still love and respect them from afar when you know that we can have your touchdown or batosu or battle problem on car and you cannot handle it. Some people I've known some people that over the years, the only time you see them with their families probably when they travel to the village to spend Christmas or Easter or whatever. You don't see anybody coming. It's not as if that they don't want their family around them, but they've decided to set this boundary because they know that most of these are family members. Once they come, they will be like a leech. They will be like a parasite on you. Drain everything, all your resources, and often all going on was in maybe next time. Nobody is willing to help you, and you ask yourself, if the reverse is the case, will that person do that for you? I'm not saying that you shouldn't help your family members. You can help them, you can love them, you can honor them, you can do anything you want to do for them, but you can do it from afar. Give them, if you have a particular amount of money that you need to be sending to them at the end of the month, the one that you know that is not going to inconvenience you so much or make you serve and all that, you do it. If you still can accommodate them in your home, there's no big deal. Ask them to come. But I'm talking about if you know that you can't, and if you know that when you are doing it grudgingly, or somebody is forcing you, the family is forcing you, pressurizing you to do that, you can say no. Nobody will kill you. The only thing but you need to set that boundary. It's very, very important for you. We are talking about how you manage family pressures, family expectations. We've talked about the societal. Now we are in family. Yes.
You know, when you're talking about setting boundaries, I remember something and I just laughed over it.
You've been smiling since I was talking about this. So tell us what actually is the problem.
That one is not family. I would say a friend then in school. The guy just came. He didn't call me to tell me that he's coming over to my house, and immediately he just called and he called me. He shouted my name downstairs, and I came out. I peeped. He said, "I'm in your house. I'm coming." I said, "Coming where?" He said, "I'm coming to your house." I said, "Did you call me before coming to my house? You didn't call me, so you have to go back." And he's coming from a very far place. You understand? What I was trying to do then is to set that boundary, that you don't just pick up your bag and start coming to my house without informing me. You understand? So the guy was like, "But I'm in your house." I said, "No, you have to go back." You understand? Say, we in Pidgin because I only dealt and say, "I know day house. Go back to wherever you're coming from." And he left. I didn't open that door for him. So when you were talking about that setting boundaries, someone just wake up in the morning, just carry bag and start coming because the person is your brother or your sister, because the person is your friend, and you think you can walk up to someone's house without informing the person that you're coming. It's a no. I know when you maybe at the month,
monitoring spirit.
I'm going to touch some food items that you're going to manage till the next month. And even this person there, no, we go you cook milk, but no, you cook tea. Oh, yeah, oh, my pium. And there is no way you will tell the person, nah, manage it. Or because is it because I'm in your house? So, but when you set that boundaries and they know that before I come to this person's house, I have to call the person. When they call you, if it is convenient for you, fine. But if it's not convenient for you, don't just use because they're going to say kaya lesekwa. You need unnecessary pressure that you're not supposed to put yourself in. So in this era, in this society we are in, you should learn to say no, because a lot of people are saying because no one name can mayor, no one name, no my mom, no my dad. They need to so learn to say no, set boundaries. It is very, very important.
Okay, and last tip on how to manage family expectations or family pressure is focusing on your growth. Yeah, it's important that you focus on your own growth. You're not being selfish. You're just being a self-minded person that knows that your growth matters tomorrow. Because those people that you are always looking out for, those people, because I've seen someone that decided to drop out of school just to train her siblings to go through school, and at the end of the day, when they graduated, when the guy graduated, the lady was expecting the guy, okay, go out there to look for a job and then help the younger siblings. The guy from youth service camp came back with a girl that he wants to get married to.
Just imagine.
And the girl was already pregnant.
Just imagine.
You know, so it was like a burden again. Like he's going through school, and in a help the family. The guy came back with another burden. The girl ended up housing both the brother and the wife in her house. I'm not saying there are things we need to be careful when we are doing. Yes. It's very, very nice for you to help your family members. But while you are at it, make sure that your own growth, that you are building, you are working on your own growth. Don't be stagnant. Don't drop out of school for you to help someone.
For anybody.
Even if you did that, maybe at some point in life, you have to pick up the pieces of your life and go back to school, go back to whatever it is that you were doing before. Because let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
These people, they will get married tomorrow. They might just forget about you. It's just their family, and you will be there. Nothing for you.
It's not that they might forget about you. They will forget about you, because Like Dimar said, when you're trying to maybe grow someone and the person with another intention that tomorrow, okay, like now look at the scenario you just put out. The person is what at least GS school for many years. You came back with another woman, and the lady has the God self to even house the person in the house. That is very wrong. It is sometimes you come out from your comfort zone. See, you have the mind. So I don't see the reason someone should, leave your own self totally, completely. Not there are things you are going to do for your siblings. Actually, there are things you're going to do for some people, but not leaving yourself totally. That in a hope is in a isopotazonia mado konya take is up other siblings.
Case when you owade keche. You make a plan say it's going to go like this, everything will just go like this. Once he's out of school, he will help me. That no. You don't think like that because anyway, what if the person now or go chada or when him maybe an accident or what are some things to me? Have you considered that?
By NATO, my dad's compound, this guy, the father, the father sold a plot of land just to send this guy to UNN then. About this guy, every day on a UNN, up to not see paper na anything. Everything. The man was bragging. What at BJ school, because my sister then was going to UNN. So the man wants the son to also go to UNN on her brag. At the end, after 3 years, Amarami fed the man and my sister were talking. So the man now told my sister to check that we are working on the UNN and at the end of everything, I the guy and not the UNN. The guy has been collecting money from this same man, but this man has been bragging. This man sold a lot of things just to make sure that this guy got school then to train the siblings in Abian. Now the disappointment is there. You understand? Because I see no man's one near wine, not wine. West Bank okay at the end. Disappointment.
That's a story for another day. Just remember that yesterday we celebrated International Women's Day. It's Day for Women, Girl, Child. So I'm still. So anyway, I don't know whether parents like that still exist when they say that they're not going to train the girl child. They're just focusing on the boy child. But if you are still there and you have that notion in your head, because better delete it. Okay. So quickly, let's talk about personal expectation. This particular one is very tricky, because we feel that these are expectations, these are the things, these are the goals I've set for myself, these are the things I want to achieve in life. But most time, like I will always say, you know yourself, you know what you can do, you know what you can achieve, you know the time you have to achieve all those things, but yet you go and set a kind of expectation that somebody else said to go long way, or you just go and copy it and say these are the things I want to achieve for myself. We set the highest expectation for ourselves, and the truth be told, we are our own biggest critics, and we can be harsh when we feel like we haven't reached certain milestone or accomplished those things that we've set ourselves for ourselves to do. So it's important for us to know that perfection is just a myth, and striving for it can often lead to burnout and frustration. When you are striving to be perfect, when you are striving to achieve all those things that you set yourself to achieve and giving yourself a time frame, and then at the end of the day you've not achieved, you see yourself beating yourself so much and you are frustrated on your own at that particular time on your guy and everything. So self-compassion is key when it comes to managing personal expectations. You have to learn to treat yourself with same kindness you would treat a close friend. Yes, because some people, truth be told, they don't even love themselves. They treat others, they treat strangers better than they treat themselves. They keep beating themselves. They keep, cursing themselves, telling themselves you are never a do-well. You've not achieved anything. Sometimes I wonder, I love myself. Like I cannot even love anybody more than I love myself. You get? So I have to pamper myself. I have to, do things my own way, the way I know that. It's going to favor me at the end of the day. So there are some things you need to do for yourself, for you to, manage your own personal expectation, personal pressure. We are still talking about personal pressure. Set this goal you can achieve. Those are the things you igeme long ige wepụtasị na igeme. Ọ bụrụ ịma na ume adịrọ gị isi na ige agbago na olumo rock jegbutu ebe rock dị ebe a jegbute ike there. Ịmali ihe ị ga-emenwu ụlọ onwe gị. Do that, focus on that, set that goal for yourself, and then break it into smaller ones, so that it's not going to be too overwhelming for you. Break it to smaller ones so you keep achieving it a bit by bit. So at the end of the day, you see yourself achieving a whole lot, and it makes the process feel less overwhelming for you, and then of course more motivating, because when you see what you've achieved, you'll be like, nah, you know.
And under that, we have the fear of failure. The fear of failure. There are people that are so scared to fail in life, like not to come up with a result. Maybe they want to achieve something, and they are also scared not to make any mistake. All you want is for everything to be perfect, to work the way you set it. Yes, it's fine. It's okay to have that mindset. It's okay to come up with something that is perfect. It's okay to come up with the arrangement. Maybe after arranging some things, this is the way I want it, this is perfect, this is okay, it is okay. But when you fail, don't beat yourself to death. Don't. Okay. It's okay to fail. Sure. I remember the man, they say that you get the bulb of a thing that failed for 99 times. It was at the 100 that he get to invent bulb. But had it been he stopped on the way, had it been he said, I failed, or I cannot do this, I cannot achieve this, I cannot get to this, that means he's not the one that is going to invent bulb. Another person would have taken that from him. But today, look at it. So when you fail, don't beat yourself. It say we fall, but when you fall and remain there, that is when you are a failure. But when you fall and rise up, you move up. There are days for you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So do not fear to fail. Failure, you can fail. It is okay to fail. But when you fail, take correction and move on.
Okay, so generally, what we are trying to say today is that if you put all these things in practice and you're still finding it difficult to manage all this pressure, talking about the societal, the family, the personal pressure, you can seek advice from an outsider. You can seek advice from mentors. We have people that are experienced in life, people that you look up to.
Good ones, so good ones.
Of course, you should know the people that you look up to. Not if you want to be great in life, you shouldn't be looking up to a riffraff. Yeah. So you as a person, you should know the people that you will say that this person is my mentor. Yeah. This person is my friend. So you can you can seek an advice from a mentor, from a friend, and then from a professional. Based on maybe your field. Yeah. You're finding some things difficult, seek help from them for you to sort yourself out, not to keep pressurizing yourself. They will help you with strategies on how you can achieve, on how you can overcome some of the difficulties that you are overcoming in life. And because our time is far spent, we really have a lot to talk about, but we are concluding. So I want to challenge you this week, you listening to me, you want to get into now, take a moment each day to reflect on what expectations you are carrying, whether they come with the society. We are talking about pressures now, or expectations. Are they coming from the society, from your family, or from within? Ask yourself if they align truly with what you want to be. If not, then you can consider adjusting them. You can start today. It's never too late for you to readjust. It's never too late for you to look back and see the things you've achieved. And if they are not aligning or with what you want, to be associated with in the future, you can retrace your steps. You can, pause and say, no, I don't want to go this route again. Let me just go through another route. It's going to help you.
That is it. The pressure of expectation can have a significant impact on any individual mental health, relationship, and overall well-being. By recognizing the sources of pressure and acknowledging their impact, like all those things we've mapped out today, all those things we've said, you have to know them, you have to acknowledge it, because when it's going to start affecting your mental health, you're going to say, is it this thing that is disturbing me, or what is all this and all that? But when all those things that we've lined out today, if you start working on them, it's going to help you. Know those things that you want to do, the one you can't do. You understand? Don't pressure yourself into becoming what you're not. Don't pressure yourself into what you cannot achieve. Set boundaries, set goals to actualize what you can.
Okay, we want to say a very big thank you to you for joining us on the show today. Remember that you are enough as you are, and it's okay for you to go at your own pace. Don't go at the pace of a snail, okay? Don't let external pressure steal your peace of mind or your happiness. Live for you, not for anyone else. Live for you. Yeah, onwegi. Know what you can achieve, and then live for you and not for anybody else. Okay, so that's what we are dropping for you today, and we hope that some of those things, some of those tips I go about today is going to help you navigate through all the pressures that you are passing through, whether you are a man or a woman. Know how to manage it, know how to navigate all through it. It's going to help you to become a better version of yourself. My name is Dema Oranwa. Next week for another edition of Fashion and Lifestyle.
And my name is David. Thank you so much for joining us today on Fashion and Lifestyle.